civilization wilts and droops and dies. In vain one hoped to animate her face by mentioning the ultimate commonplace. But so, a shower, even hail or frost, a menace she can instantly exhaust. Meanwhile her visits, painful though it is, drags on and on mute eternities. And though you asked time, and yawn, she sits there like a stone and won't be gone.
Still here. What happy chances brought you here? I thought about you were so much, my dear.
I've come to tell you something you should know.
How good of you to think of doing so.
It's just as well those gentlemen didn't tarry.
Shall we sit down?
That won't be necessary. Madame, the flame of friendship out to burn, brightest in matters of the most concern. And as there's nothing that concerns us more than honor, I've hastened to your door to bring you, as your friend, some information about the status of your reputation. I visited last night some virtuous folk, and quite by chance it was of you they spoke. There was, I fear, no tendency to praise your light behavior and your dashing ways. The quantity of gentlemen you see and your by the notorious coquetry were both so vehemently criticized by everyone that I was much surprised. Of course, I didn't tell you I stood. I came to your defense as best I could, assured that you were harmless and declared your soul was absolutely unimpaired. But there are some things you must realize. One can't excuse however hard one tries, and I was forced at last into considering that your behavior, madam, is misleading, that it makes a bad impression, giving rise to ugly gossip and obscene surmise, and that if you were more overtly good, you wouldn't be so much misunderstood. Not that I think you've been unchanged, no. The saints preserve me from a thought so low. But mere good conscience never did suffice. One must avoid the ultimate show of vice. Madame, you're too intelligent, I'm sure, to think my motive anything but pure in offering you this counsel, which I do out of a zealous interest in you.
Madame! I haven't taken you amiss. I'm very much obliged to you for this. And I'll at once discharge the obligation by telling you about your reputation. You've been so friendly as to let me know what certain people say of me, and so I mean to follow your benign example by offering you a somewhat similar sample. Your affectation of great demeanor, your endless talk of virtue and of honor, the aptitude of your suspicious mind for finding sin where there is none to find, your towering self-esteem, that pitying face with which you contemplate the human race, your sermonizings and your sharp aspersions on people's pure and innocent diversions. All these were mentioned, madame, and in fact were roundly and concertedly attacked. What good, they said, are all these outward shows when everything lies at highest coast? She prays insensibly, but then they say she beats your maids and cheats them of their pay. She shows her zeal in every holy place, but still she's vain enough to play in her face. She shows that their distinctions are immoral, but with the naked men she'd have no quarrel. Of course, I said to everybody there that they were been viciously unfair, but still they were disposed to criticize you, and all agreed that someone should advise you to leave the morals of the world alone and worry rather more about your own. Madame, you're too intelligent, I'm sure, to think my motive is anything but pure in offering you this counsel which I do out of a zealous interest in you.
I dare not hope for gratitude, but I did not expect so acid a reply. I judge, since you've been so extremely taught, that my good counsel pierced you to the heart.
Far from it, madame. Indeed, it seems to me we ought to trade advice more frequently. If If you're willing, madame, let's arrange shortly to have another frank exchange, in which we'll tell each other entre nous what you've heard tell of me and I of you.
Oh, people never censure you, my dear. It's me they criticize, or so I hear.
Madame, I think we either blame or praise according to our taste and length of days. There is a time of life for coquetry, and there's a season too for prudery. When all one's charms are gone, it is, I'm sure, good strategy to be devout and pure. It makes one seem a little less forsaken. Someday, perhaps, I'll take the road you've taken. Time brings all things, but I have time aplenty and see no cause to be afraid at 20.
You give your age in such a gloating tone that one would think I was an ancient throne. We're not so far apart in sober truth that you can mock me with boast of youth. Madame, you baffle me. I wish I knew what moves you to provoke me as you do.
For my part, madame, I should like to know why you diss me everywhere you go.
Oh, come! Do you think the one is losing sleep over that flock of lovers which you keep? Or that we find it difficult to guess what price you pay for that evenness? Surely you don't expect us to suppose mere merit could attract so many bombs! It's not your fortune that does a man, nor is it virtuous love for which they sigh. You're fooling no one, madame. The world's not blind. There's many a lady heaven has designed to commence noblest, tenderest feelings of who has none of us to be care about, and only pay one cost for such reward as modesty and virtue counterfeit. Then don't be quiet, so fast up if you please, about your turbulent train. Try if you can to be a shameless vain and treat the one for someone entertained. If one were envious of your rose, one suit would have a following like yours. Lovers are no great trouble to collect. If one prefers them to one self-respect. Collect them then.
I'd love to see you demonstrate a charming theory. Who knows you, my
No, madame, that will do. It's time to end this trying interview. My coach is late in coming to your door, or I'd have taken leave of you before.
No, please. Don't feel that you must rush away. I'd be delighted, madame, if you'd stay.